We've talked to this gentleman in the past. He has released several tabletop books, what they call living room books, whatever, those big, beautiful books and photographs and such about area breweries. He went through Pabst and a few other places. Paul Bialas joins us on WTMJ. Good morning, Paul.
Hi, Gene. Good morning.
Good to talk to you again about your latest brewery effort, that being a book about the Leinenkugel Brewery in Chippewa Falls. And unlike Pabst, when you went through there and it was all locked up and you were one of the first guys in with a camera to take pictures of what that looked like back in the day, Leine's is alive and well and has always done business in Chippewa Falls.
Yeah, it was so much fun to be involved with a brewery like that, and with so much history. 1867 they started. Really amazing.
It's got to be a good time to be working on books or any media really related to beer. It's been such a boom industry the last maybe decade or so. But Leinenkugel holds a cool spot because it just seems very classic, very North Woodsy. Is that kind of the impression you got when you were up there?
Oh, absolutely. People flock up there. It's like a magical place. Every time I went up for an event while I was working on the book, you met these crazy Leinenkugel fans, and you have Dick, John, and Jake up there, and sometimes they're signing things, and the line goes around the building, and it's just it's a special thing going on.
What makes them so iconic? What makes the Leinenkugel's brand so iconic?
In today's era, I feel like they introduced the craft beers in a way, and they're bringing all these new things into our refrigerators, other than the Miller Lights and the other big ones, which are great, but bringing in the summer shandies and that, it's a different thing, but they have encompassed, they were one of the first people selling T-shirts in their gift shop. They've created a following since the 70s that it just seems like nobody can compare against. It's really phenomenal.
We're live with author Paul Bialas on WTMJ talking about his latest beer book about the Leinenkugel Brewery as they mark their 150th anniversary. And their former president, you mentioned this connection they have with their fan base. Bill Leinenkugel, back in the 40s, I guess, used to drive around with a cold case of Leine's in his trunk and hand out beer to anyone he would see on the street, maybe a farmer in the field.
Yeah, there's a couple stories in there. Another neat thing Bill did was he took, and talk about a great salesman, he took pictures in all the taverns he would, deliver beer to of the owner at the bar. And I found this book up there at the Leine Lodge. It included like 8 pages of just these 1950s pictures of these bartenders with the old Leinenkugel, advertising pieces in the background, or a Leinenkugel beer in their hand. There's like 50 of these photos, and they're just so cool. And he did that so he could remember their name. Under each photo was the name. And before he went into his account, he would review it. And he was very meticulous. And I think that set the standard for the success today.
All right, Paul, I don't want you to give away any family secrets or anything like that for you to divulge, but did you pick up on any, is there a secret to the Leinenkugel success? Just a wonderfully successful brewery, kind of like a Sam Adams, started craft and has grown to become kind of a household name.
Yeah, I think the success is in this brewery, the Leinenkugel family, throughout their history. If you look at their brewing knowledge, it goes back to the 1500s, their family, and then coming over to the United States, that was the 1867 start. It was hard work that made them survive. Leinenkugel was never a large brewery. They fought and to keep it alive, and it was always the family working endlessly to keep this thing moving. And it was never a mega brewery. And so I think that's the secret, that it was love and sweat and tears that brought it to what it is today.
Now, it may be hard to believe, but some people just aren't into beer, but I think almost everybody is into hamburgers, and that's the theme of your new book, The Great Milwaukee Hamburger War. Tell us about that, Paul.
Yeah, the Great Milwaukee Hamburger War was an idea of my wife and I, and she helped me write it. She's the co-writer in it, and it's a children's book, and it takes you through Milwaukee to the Milwaukee Art Museum. It's a family's day out, and my aunt is Becky Boghuber. She retired about a year ago. She formerly taught children with special needs, and she did the illustration in this. So it's photographs, and then the illustration in the photographs. And basically a dad with his kids is with his kids for the day alone. He's not sure what to do. So he takes them downtown Milwaukee. They go to the art museum, they go to the public market, everywhere they go, they have problems with things not being fair, which this relates to our children. And they go to Sobelman's Hamburgers where the burgers are not the same size. And so the dad tries to order more burgers to make the stacks fair for the children, and the stacks pile up to the ceiling. And in the end, we learn nothing in life is fair. It teaches a valuable lesson for children that things are not fair in life, and you need to be thankful for what you have. And that's kind of the basis of it. And in the end, they celebrate and they go to Leon's. And their home is the Pabst Mansion. So there's a lot of involvement in Milwaukee in the book, and I'm really excited about it. The books are shipping around January 1st. So we're going to just be right after Christmas on that.
The Great Milwaukee Hamburger War, written by Paul and Sarah Bialas. Paul, good luck with that effort. Thank you for the Leinenkugel book. Is that still available?
The Leinenkugel book is first time available in bookstores right now. So you can get that at Boswell Books, Books and Company, The Best Place. Brew City has it. The Pabst Mansion has it. So the Leinenkugel just got released into bookstores. It's also on my website, brewerybooks.com. And then the children's book right now is just pre-order on brewerybooks.com. But I think Boswell and Books and Company, some of these places are taking pre-orders. So if you go in there, they will take pre-orders on it as well.
Paul Bialas, good luck and stay in touch.
Awesome. Thank you.
You bet. 627 at WTMJ.